Hello, I'm Barbara Crawford, and welcome to the Fiber Art Studio here in Amarillo, Texas. I am a pattern designer for applique, but I'm also a techniques person, and we hold workshops on how to do a lot of things that you look at and you say, oh my gosh, how'd they do that? That's my job, is to teach you how to do it and come up with new stuff so that you're always working, creating one-of-a-kind pieces, creating your own fabric patterns, ruching silk, everything else you can think of. We'll show you how to do it. Today we're talking about the new catch and release product. Okay? It's a liquid that actually catches the dye from the fabric and releases it. That's all it does, but it creates a pattern. And so that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you how to do it. This is a way to create your own patterns if you need to needle felt, patterns for clothing, something to add something cool to something you already own. So this is how it works. It's an eco-friendly liquid, all right? So it only takes cold water to rinse it out and stop any kind of bleaching agent, any action that's going on. There's no bleach in it. It's just a bunch of different stuff together that will remove that dye. Okay, so when you're steam ironing it out, it's going to smell like you're baking cookies, sugar cookies actually. It's a kind of a thick liquid. I've got one open here. Okay. It's a thick liquid. And you can add water to this if you need to thin it out. Not too much, just a little. Just play with it and practice. A stencil, a silk screen, free-handed, whatever you're comfortable with. All right? Lay it on your fabric. We're working with wool felt, and you'll see a lot of wool felt pieces because that's what I carry. That's my #1 fabric. That's what I do everything with. It works great on a lot of fabrics, in particular natural fabrics. So say you have something old at home, it's kind of outdated. This is a way to come in and change it. So you don't have to throw it out. And that way we're not wasting anything. So it's also an upcycling tool. Take some older things, wool coats, wool sweaters, jeans, canvas tennis shoes that have color to them. Everything has a dye in it, just about. Okay, and so you're just releasing it. So you're going to use a sponge brush to dopple it in here and start pressing it in. If you're doing a big area, you might try a spray adhesive on the back of your stencils. It won't ever come off really, but the stickiness part will. Okay? This is one of my favorite stencils. Alright, so I'm doppling this on. It doesn't even have to go all the way through the fabric. Isn't that easy? Alright, so you can't really see it, but as it dries, throw it down here. As it dries, you can see it working. Can you see all my little swirls? Okay. You're going to go to the ironing board and make sure your iron is nice and hot. You want to set it at the setting of the fabric you're using. So this is a wool felt. It's a blend of wool and rayon. I put it to wool. Lots of steam. And set your iron right on it and start steaming. Look at that. I didn't press in really hard on this simply because I wanted it to look like faded paint print, like part of it was faded away, and it absolutely does. This not only works on fabric, but it works on paper. You would not thin it out with liquid to do the paper. You would just dop it on there if you are a scrapbooker. That is a way to create a print that no one else has. Ta-da! Okay, so that's what we've done. You can see anything in the back, a little bit where it's come through. But that's what you've got, okay? It smells like we got sugar cookies going on in here. Now all I want you to do is take it to the washer and just put it in cold water, or in the sink if it's a small piece. Cold water to rinse it out, and then your regular dryer. Alright, so that's removing the color. What about adding color in? It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Actually 1, 2. This is 1. This is your punch. Number 1, catch and release. Number 2, you use a fabric paint, not acrylic. Only a fabric paint, and those are available at your quilt shops, your craft stores, Joann's, Michael's, wherever you go. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to mix it 50-50. 50 part catch and release, 50 part in this case was green fabric paint. Mix it up really good. Turn around here for a second. Isn't this gorgeous? Now I didn't use the green paint on it, I used metallics. The actual color underneath this tan fabric is the blue you're seeing right here, or sea foam. This is a good lesson right here, okay? Test your fabric in an inconspicuous place because you don't know what's going to come out. I knew that was going to be white. I'd already done it. So, but on this I could have swore it was going to be white, and it wasn't. It was a sea foam green, and I'm okay with it. It's just that I should have practiced with it and maybe came in with an actual green for mossy effect because we used a tree trunk stencil and changed this whole tan fabric into a tree trunk. Isn't that gorgeous? So the blue you see is what's under the tan, and the rest I mixed metallics with the catch and release, metallic fabric paint. And look at that. It's a work of art you're wearing down the street. The green jacket here, another wool felt. Both of these are wool felt. All the leaf print has been cotton released. You can add yellow fabric paint to the catch and release to get that effect, or test the fabric. In this case, it wasn't necessary. The actual fabric under that green dye was yellow. I kind of suspected it was because it was pea soup color, but you never know until you try. So always test your fabric. You want to see if it's going to work on that fabric anyway. So that's really key. Okay. Now, we talked about upcycling. Well, so you can see this is the same fabric. Okay? We talked about upcycling. What if you just take a plain old sweatshirt out of your closet, just a black sweatshirt, and it doesn't have to be black, any color, and change it. Stencils, bubble wrap, stamps, anything you can think of. That is the before, this is the after. Isn't that gorgeous? So I added a pleather strips for the trim, put in a zipper. I've got a beautiful jacket that was just an old sweatshirt. Cut off the ribbing, hem it up, take the bottom ribbing, put it to the top of your neck here, and you've got a tall collar for the winter. And I think it came out really nice. So all the swirls that you see, which was that stencil, that's what's under the black. Is it under every black sweatshirt? Absolutely not. Everything changes. It depends on the manufacturer, what they used. In this case, most cases it will be silver, but it's not always. So you always test it. The rest of it was just mishmash. I even liquefied some and sprayed it in out of a spray bottle. And you can just doppel. I used bubble wrap for the grapes. And just go crazy. It's a very artful jacket. My initials are in here all over the place. But no one knows where but me. And I'm starting to lose track. But isn't that gorgeous? All right. Creating your own